Hello, hello. I did really good today. I'm only 3 minutes late. That's almost a record for me. Oh, it's Friday. It's still very warm here, but it's okay. It's only like 84. And then over the weekend it's going to go right back into the 90s and now like y'all care about the weather. But whatever. It's what we talk about in polite conversation. um where the Bay Area is now on a red flag warning. Be ready to evacuate. You know, there's no fires here, but man, we had the Oakland Hills, but we didn't have Berkeley. So we're due for one. Let's just hope it's not now. Yeah. I'm a little tired. I'm a little rattled, but I reminded myself that it's Friday. Hi, Earthbound. I will, honey. It's Friday, and Friday is when I get to be kind to myself and move a little slower and have more fun. You know, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to breathe, and it's all going to be okay. My mother's office is nice and cool right now from the AC that was running. And I got my pumpkin cream iced coffee. I got a giant pile of jewelry, some seen, some not seen in a long time. Bracelets, earrings, necklaces, brooches, low to high end, right? Elizabeth K. Jewelry and Art. Hi, Elizabeth K. I have never had the pleasure of meeting you. So hello and welcome in. At least I don't think I have. Have I seen you in another chat? Like, I don't know, Tanya, Bruce and Dennis, Black Dog Vintage. I don't know. And it looks like, Elizabeth, you have a channel and that you possibly make jewelry and do art. Let us know, please. Please let us know. There's only a few people in here right now. I generally have people coming in and out. Usually around 200 views by the time I'm done with a live. And if you have a channel and there's something you do specifically and you want to tell us about it, some people might want to click on you and go subscribe. So let us know, man, please. Earthbound, you feeling just a tiny bit better today, honey? You go to all those places, yes, with a jewelry nurse. Are you talking about Kat, the nurse Flipper? I mean, man, I don't know if that's who you're talking about. Saturdays and Sundays. Maybe not. Probably not. I think you would be saying Kat, the nurse Flipper, but I haven't gone over to Kat's channel and checked out. I don't think she does a lot on YouTube. She puts up like, look for this, BOGO, these sell great, etc. But I have not checked her out. And she always does the Tuesday resellers chat, which is excellent help. It really helped me when I started on YouTube. I watched those chats for religiously on Tuesdays for, my gosh, almost 2 years before I jumped into sell on YouTube. Interesting. I will have to check that out. I have never heard of that. So I will check it out. Thank you very much. Earthbound, I'm sorry, honey. Yeah. I bet. I wish there was something they could give you more than what they have. So I'm Lucinda, and I have been reselling since the 1970s, but not vintage. I started reselling vintage in 2001 when eBay was pretty much brand new. And then during COVID, I found jewelry resellers and just vintage. Let's just go with that. Vintage. I didn't find jewelry. I found vintage resellers on YouTube. And I was like, whoa. And it just reignited my passion for all things vintage that I've always had, but for selling it. But I took my time and I watched channels and I hung out and I bought and I learned for a long time before I jumped in. I am at 13 months now. And it's taken a while, but I finally built my channel. And at this point, I mostly sell jewelry, mostly vintage, some cool contemporary. And I do have, as you can see back there, some higher end household items, like that's 1960s blown glass decanter with the roly-polies. There's a 1930s, 1940s Ellie Smith candy dish, the kangaroo wallet caddy. There's a from Scotland Caithness paperweight, Murano ashtray. There's a piece of petrified wood back there. That's so cool. So if anyone is interested in the aforementioned household items, let me know. And what I do on Fridays is I bring an item and I hold it up and I talk about who it is, or if it's unsigned, what it is, and what decade I think it was made in, and based on my experience. Now, I have pretty good experience and I've been doing this for a long time, but 10% of things I don't know. Stones, I'm just learning because I dealt in high-end costume jewelry. So I'm just learning stones. So you always need to remember that, I can be wrong, and I encourage you to always do your own research. If I ever sell you an item and I say that it is definitively ... and you get it and you look at it and you're like, Lucinda, nope, you're out of your mind, please email me and we will make it right. We being the royal we over here. There's only one of me, even though I wear like a million hats all day long. Yes, Elizabeth. Excellent. I will. Oh, Earthbound. Okay. Earthbound, please at least email me if you don't actually come back, because when you say things like that, then now I'm like nervous. Oh, everyone say a prayer for my friend Earthbound. She's been having a difficult time. She's not, like in dire straits as far as I know, but she's having a difficult time. So blessings, prayers, positive vibes, all that would be great. So I am in the San Francisco Bay Area, Berkeley. I am here 95% of the time because I'm a caregiver for my father. This is my family house. And 5% of the time I'm in Mendocino at my homestead, my family homestead, which is where I live in the real world when I'm not, caretaking my parents one by one. But I generally only ship from the San Francisco Bay Area. If you bid on an item and you win an item, shipping is not included. I invoice through PayPal and I ship through Pirate Ship. So what I generally do is build a box. So I go 2 weeks, Wednesdays and Fridays, and then I start invoicing, billing out, and shipping after that 2 weeks. That gives you a chance to put more items in a box that might cost you $4 to $6 to get to where you are, or an envelope, whatever it may be. But once you've stuck several items in there, it's still costing you the same amount because it goes by weight and size. So And if you ever need something right away, you tell me. It's a gift. Oh my God, I need it. Please ship it out tomorrow. Okay. I will do my absolute best to make that happen. As a caregiver for my dad, there are things that come up where I just can't. But generally speaking, there's a way to work it within 48 hours. Okay. My post office is closed Saturdays and Sundays, so I can't do anything on those days. But the rest of the time I can. I can. Hello, Kathy Wiseman. Did I get your... No, Kathy. Kathy, I did not get your email. That's really weird because I get different emails from different people all the time. I will make a note to check for your email. Maybe it went into spam just because you're not like a regular contact. Check for Kathy Wiseman. Thank you for telling me. Because that sucks. Grr. Well, Kathy, what was it about? Is it private, or can you tell me now before I start moving and shaking through all this jewelry? Man, it's unbelievable. I invested, so I just decided to go all in, and I have boxes from when I used to sell, and then I started buying, and then I started really buying. So I have a lot, and it's all good, but it always also depends on the right people being here at the right time. So, Kathy, if you want to tell me what your email was about, please do. Like if you wanted an item and you want to ask me if it's still available, or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, thank you. So, I generally, I'm going to pick up an item. I'm going to show it to you. Oh, I already went over that. Let's just, I'm settling in. I'm breathing. Oh, Kathy. Oh, so you don't want to say what it is. Okay, honey. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm going to check in my spam, and maybe I can do that in between here, Kathy. I'm going to stare at my spam right now and see just real quick. I did a search. I'm sure y'all can see me. I'm assuming you can. Nope. Okay. I'm back. Kathy, there's nothing in my spam. So, can you send it again to me right now? And if it's a gift and you want to purchase something, because I don't have you down as purchasing it before, I can get it out Monday as long as you pay me over the weekend. So send it again, and I'll handle it. Okay, I'm sorry that happened. So I put it in, and then I say FW, fair warning, last call, and sold. I account for the lag as best I can. And there's no just in cases. There's none of that stuff. Okay. I don't do that here. I don't think it's fair because everyone has a different internet speed, including me. Yeah, Kathy, I feel like that's really weird because I also feel as though you have sent me emails in the past. I'm pretty sure I have your mailing information. So, Amanda, I'm in a live. I gotta go, honey. Text me. Bye. Love you. Bye. Good. Sorry, that's my daughter. You see what is going on around here? I can't. Kathy, I can't do this now, but reach out to me again. Okay. I gotta. Yeah. I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense. It's not in my spam. It's not in my inbox. So. I don't know. So the last thing I was going to say is, and then I'm going to move forward. It's almost 4:20. Is If there's something that you are particularly interested in collecting, wearing, looking for, put it in the chat. And I will, if I have it over here or if it's easily accessible, I will bring it over. Okay. If you give me examples of what you want. Also, I do not do recaps ever unless I'm on someone else's channel. So once it is done, it's done. So if you come in late, you need to start at the beginning and put your setting wheel at 2 times the speed and go through real fast to see what I've already shown. And then tell me in the chat that you're interested. Okay. I have just found that for me and my channel, recaps don't really make a difference in terms of sales. And it adds another 20 minutes or so to an already long time. And so I don't do it. So I'm going to start with this item. Thanks, Kathy. I appreciate it. And I'm really sorry because that sucks, especially if it's a gift that, that should have already gone out to someone. So this is, I think this is beautiful. And I'm going to make it a starting bid of $29. $29. It is a very simple, it's clearly been, at least to me, in my mind, it's clearly been restrung. Even though this clasp is older and tarnished. So what I would say when I say restrung, let me, you know what? I'm going to hold up on that. I'm about to take that back. See, this is what I do on Fridays. I get really involved and then I'm like, but wait a minute. Hold on. Looking at something. Golly, it would help if I wasn't blind. I'm getting new glasses. These glasses are the Popes, and they have been for a long time. When you're a caregiver, you stop taking care of yourself. All right, well, I'm going to say that it was not restrung. I'm going to say it's probably from the 60s. It is strung on thread. It could be older. Now, why am I going to say that? Because I was looking at this clasp really quickly, and I was just going to dismiss it. But then I stopped because do you see the way the clasp is made with this very interesting rounded with a hole in the middle, and it's brass. There it is. So that says to me, this is actually all original. It is this really, really pretty cut white, totally rainbow sparkle with silver tone. Yeah, silver tone. Super, super long. This thing is, hold on. This thing is so long. Look at it. Boom. I think when I measured this before, it was like 2.5 feet on each side. And so you can definitely, it has a clasp. So you can double it, triple it. I'll show you it on Dolly, and possibly even quadruple it like choker style. I'm going to show you on Dolly, my Dolly. That's what I call her. And then I'll give you a measurement. Starting bid is 29, which for this piece, which I now believe is from the 60s, seriously, possibly older than that. I've never seen a clasp with that construction before. So while there is no hang tags, there is no maker, the quality of these crystals is really well done. They're very nicely cut. They're a little sharp, which also says a lot. They're not the newer smooth edged ones. These crystals, crystalline little glass bead rhinestone type things are a little sharp to the touch. So this could be much earlier even. It's very simple, but it's absolutely stunning all at the same time. And that's something I can get into with costume jewelry. Really nice. So I will show you, I will tell you how long it is. And then I will move to my next item. Yeah, about 26 inches on each side. So that's over 2 feet. It's 2 feet, 2 inches. And all the way around, 26 plus 26 is 40, 52 inches all the way around. It's a huge, beautiful cut crystal, sharp. And with that clasp and the fact that it's done on string, it could be 30s. But I can't say that definitively. So I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that to your judgment. But it's not new. At first, I was thinking, when I first was talking about this, I was thinking because the clasp had this older kind of rusty style, I was thinking, well, you know, someone probably got a bunch of these beads and restrung them in the 80s. But that's not what I'm seeing at all. And when I feel it, it's sharp on my hands. So it's much older. And I'm so sorry that it's washing itself out over here. Okay. Starting bid of 29. Oh, okay, Earthbound. Good. I'm glad to hear that. So again, just remember, everyone, I don't do recaps. So if you decide if you do some research or you come back to it and you're like, well, you know, I'm interested in that, let me know, because I won't bring it back unless someone requests it. Okay. I'm going to bring a very expensive item that's just absolutely stunning. Starting bid of 49. 49. This is, I believe that this is a, I'm writing it down something. I believe that this is unsigned. I believe it's very possible this is unsigned, like Juliana or Weiss. Although I'm not clear that Weiss did not sign their brooches. So it's in the shape of a leaf or possibly the stem. It's a bunch of grapes, right? That makes sense. And it is smoky topaz. And this is very fine glass. The topaz ones and the clear ones have this AB coating. Look at this sparkle. The blue, the light blue, and the medium blue are just glass. And so to me, that's a big indicator of potentially a Juliana Austrian crystal. There is nothing signed on the back. No signatures. The back is done really well. Silver toned. The clasp, it is the clasp, the C clasp. It does not poke out. So that says 60s. That's probably about, I believe this is 3 inches long. Let me show you against a black background. Thank you, Kathy. Look at that. I mean, I get it. I put a starting bid of 49, but this is one of those brooches that's worth that. You know, I have other brooches that are worth $10 or they're worth $18. This is worth more than 49, but I'm asking 49 starting bid. Okay. It's a dazzler. It's a dazzler. I'm going to have one more, like, just incredible brooch today. Karen Chaston Vintage. Wow, that's crazy, girl. You guys are a driving machine. I'm glad to see you. Karen. Yeah, 3 inches long and about 2 inches wide at its widest. Karen, I bet it's hot there. I bet it's hotter there than it is here. I'm complaining about how hot it's been here, and it's been hot. But I'm sure it's been insanely hot there. Okay, so let's move to, you know, a less expensive, simpler item. The RV did great. Good. I'm so glad. I can't wait to come visit you and stay in that thing. This is, I believe, choker. And so on Wednesday, I brought things in sets, in lots. And I'm going to try that again next Wednesday and see how it goes. It didn't go over so well, but Wednesdays is a terrible day for me to resell. It always has been, but I hung in there with it anyway. I think I'm going to probably change it to something like a Monday. But in the meantime, this was in a lot. It is no longer in a lot. It is now. What happened here? Oh, I see. It is now a standalone item, and it is going to start. So see, if y'all come to my Wednesday sales, or if I move it to Monday or whenever, you might find some deals on things. Yeah. That caught a little something. So this is I'll be so glad when I get new glasses. This is a Monet. That really should have showed it. There you go. Monet. It is a double braided chain gold tone. It's not quite a choker, and it's really nice dark gold. It hits me right here at my clavicle, right at the very top. So it's not a choker. It's like right about where this falls. Yeah. And it's really simple, but really nice piece. And it is much darker than that. So let's see if I put it. I have the hardest time with lighting in this room. I have no idea what that's about. And I also find that what I see on my computer monitor, and then when I go and watch it on YouTube, the colors are fine, with some exceptions. So here is this. This is a stunning piece. This is 80s or 90s Monet. This piece, I would say, is more kind of an 80s style with the punk rock, the heavy metal, the ladies, not having to dress quite as severe when they're going into offices. Things are starting to change. I would say 80s. And 80s and 90s are becoming very collectible. And so this is a beautiful, beautiful. You put this on with a white shirt or with a jean jacket, and, you know, a small pair of earrings, and you're good to go. You're good to go. And I really like this look. I think it's kind of a timeless. But then I was in my 20s and 30s, you know, when this style was popular. So maybe I just have an affinity for it. And again, there's the closure. It's a really nice. It looks like it's brand new because that's the quality that it is. 16. 16. Karen. Karen, did you get a new rooster yet? That's what I want to know. I want to know if you got a new rooster yet. Okay. And I don't put pass in or any of that. If it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. And then I move on. This is going to be starting at 26. And then I'll dig through and see if I have a couple items that are, you know, well, I just brought a $16 item. So, I mean, I think I'm doing a pretty good circle of, you know, higher, medium, lower, higher, medium, lower. That's what I'm trying to do. So this is beautiful. Do I know the exact date of this? No, I don't. It's definitely modeled after, you know, like a deco turn of the century kind of like a flapper. That's what it reminds me of, right? The old movie stars. But it is not that old, at least not to my knowledge. Every stone is here, and every stone is here. And the price that I put in, often this is the case. I'm only making a few dollars if anyone is interested. I often bring things that I think that you all will really like and would like to have, but I know that I can't sell it for a whole lot more. I mean, I think if I put this on eBay, I could be asking $40. You know, and I could do that to all of you, but I'm not going to. Oh, look, it's signed in there. I think I've done this before and regretted it, but no one bought it. And then I was like, I said to myself, well, I'm going to research that and bring it at a higher price next time. And then look at me, I did it. That's very much me. So it is signed CN, capital C, capital N. No Earthbound. It is a clamper bracelet. I'm about to put it on. It is a clamper bracelet with the two hinges. It's incredible, but I got to get it on, which I am doing now. It's not that hard. It's just that I'm doing it with my left hand to put on my right wrist. And so I'm right-handed. So that's backwards to me, entirely backwards. And I've got, you know, I got a comment from a dear friend of mine about how I wear too much jewelry, so it makes it harder to show this jewelry. Well, you know, they're right and they're wrong. So it is a clamper, and it's a lady small. It's a lady small, so that also denotes probably that it's older because it's a lady small. It goes up onto your hand and down on your wrist. Now, I want to put it just fits me. It just fits me. So if you're larger than a 6.5 wrist size, it won't fit you. If you just collect really awesome jewelry, go for it. The reason I didn't put it on my left to show it to you, which is where I would prefer, is because I have this incredibly gorgeous, very old gold bracelet, and I am putting it over top of that now, and I don't think that's going to help make it look any better. But see, it's really something else. Look at the hinge construction. These are super sparkly if I was in the sunlight. I mean, it's going to get your attention and everyone else's attention all night long. I feel like Wonder Woman or a Power Ranger or a 1920s movie star wearing this. If I was wearing this and that long flapper, sharp cut crystal necklace, I would have it going on. Yep. This is really cool. You guys look up who is CN. And I am going to leave this out. Yeah. I am going to leave this out. And I am now going to research who CN is, because I want to see if it's modern or if it's old. I want to figure out what's going on here. It's so small that it now, sometimes China did a thing where they just say C and something else. So it's possible that it's a repop, right? But I don't know that. And so what I do on Fridays is I sit here and I speculate with you. And if I don't know something for sure because of a maker's mark or a telltale way in which it's made, then I have to say to you, listen, I think this is really great. I think it could be this, and it also could be that, because someone else also recently told me that I should not do a lot of that. The problem is that oftentimes I just don't know, because while I can research this, like the CN, I may or may not get anywhere. While I could take a Google image picture of this, it might show me this exact bracelet and it might not. And I can tell you, I have taken a photo of this and I didn't see anything exactly like it. So then I'm kind of left with similar examples and just looking at the construction and doing my best guessing, right? And going on my feels from touching things and selling things and playing with things. And that's all I got. You know, you kind of have to trust yourself and get to know me and, you know, trust me that I have a feel for this stuff. But when I don't know, I don't know. And I don't know. So how about this, y'all? Let's do something really totally modern. There's two of them. Totally modern choice. Your choice at $12 each. Now, this is a buy it now. Buy it now. Whoa, if I could spell, that would always help. Your choice for $12. Buy it now. First person who puts in the chat which one they want, boom. These are definitely within the last couple of years, but they're absolutely adorable. Okay. Like I said, I bring contemporary too, if I think it's worthwhile. And these two things totally have my attention. Here's the backs. Do I know exactly who made them? No, I do not. I do not. I got them both from different places. I always do that. Okay. This one is this adorable little strawberries. There's a red one, a pink one, and a white one. They're painted, not enameled so much, right? The strawberries are painted, and the leaves are like a painted enameled look. But the strawberries, or what my daughter called chubbies, they're painted. But I think it's so, like, for a little girl, a young teen Christmas present, stocking stuffer. I personally would wear it. And then there's this one. This is so 70s vibe. This is the daisy look, has been trending for a couple years in clothing, in jewelry, and everything. I love this. And then it's got the rhinestones on the front of its body, the rhinestone big bug eyes. They're both gold tone. And the rhinestones, hold on. They're plastic, as far as I can tell. But look how fun that is. It's just fun. I know they're modern, but it's just fun. And can't we have fun? I can have fun. I like to have fun. And this is a big one. They're both probably about 2 inches by maybe, this is probably like 2 inches by maybe 2.25, 2.5, not sure. And this is about 2 all the way around. And I just think they're really sweet. And I think that I'm sure they probably cost $12 to $15 new. Yeah. So I got them at a decent price. I got them in a lot. And I thought, well, someone out there might like them. So there they are. Think about it. Think about it. Okay. Now I'm going to we're moving on. I'm going a little faster. Oh, Lord, I think I'm saying this wrong again. I think I'm about to say this incorrectly. I can just feel it, that I'm gonna say the wrong stone when I mean something else. Oh Lord, I hope that's not true. Okay, I've shown this a few times, y'all. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Just the fact that it's gorgeous. I'm looking to undo it. It's gorgeous. It's marcasite, and it's 925. So, and it's heavy. So it's heavy. Sterling silver. Hold on. It's marcasite in this incredible design bracelet with 3 separate ways to ensure that it does not fall off of your wrist. Is it vintage? No. I don't think this is. I don't think it's a vintage, although the 925 on the clasp is a little worn. I would say it's probably 90s. I mean, so that technically is vintage, but not the type of vintage that, like some of my necklaces. But look at how beautiful. Sterling silver has gone way up in price recently. And this is a very heavy piece. It's covered in this marcasite stones. It's beautiful. Here is the inside. I'll show you the 925. The construction is spot on. It's articulated. So it's got a lot of movement. Here is the 925 marking with some other symbol that I have no idea what it means. It locks shut. There it is again. Might be able to have a better shot of it. I've seen people asking like 60 and 70 up to $80. I've seen people asking a starting bid of like $50, and I've seen these type of things like this with less marcasites sell for like $80, $85 that are sterling silver in the last couple of weeks. So it attaches in there. Then it clicks down here, and then it has a permanent safety chain feature on it. $44. It is a ladies small. It's about 7 inches. It would fit my wrist, and I'm a 7. Look at it. You need it to be out in the sun to do it justice, but it's really, really, look at it. Solid, as far as I know, solid sterling silver, because it says 925. So, and the person I bought it from is a very reputable seller, and I sincerely doubt that he would have said that it was sterling silver if it was not. Okay. Well, y'all, starting to feel like today is the same as Wednesday, where I have a whole bunch of wonderful friends here watching, hanging out, but I'm not finding what it is that you want to buy from me. So yeah. Oh, Earthbound. Yes. It would. I mean, that kind of a thing would make a gorgeous hair clip, or like putting around a bun. Fact of the matter is, I mean, that's crazy, but it's not. That clamper you could probably put around a bun like what I have up here and have it, but it would have to go way up and down on the top, because it would have to stop here and then go up, right? So it would be someone with a lot of hair, and it would be very fancy. Very fancy. Okay, listen, y'all. What are we interested in? I do not know. I have so many things. Okay, let's try these. Let's try these. Starting bid of, oh, these are so pretty. I bought them from someone who knows her stuff, and it was a deal for them when they sold them. So believe it or not, starts at 30, and at that price, I'm not making a lot, but these are very coveted. These are, they're a pair of earrings on what looks to be gold wire. Very much looks like real gold wire. And I believe it is. Is it stamped? Does it say that? Even if it was, I couldn't possibly read it on there. So what are they? They're these beautiful, like, I'll put it on the black, confetti, hand blown. I don't even know how to describe these correctly. It's like dichroic glass, but not dichroic glass. And every side, every piece is different. I want to get my dolly and try to show you each side of it. Okay, stop moving around. Let's see if that helps. Ugh, having the hardest time showing this to y'all. Can you guys see that? I don't feel like it's coming across at all. Guys and gals. Every part of this is different. I don't feel like that helps. I don't feel like you can really see it. Here. You see inside? Do you see all the detail? There's reds, greens, white, pinks, all kind of hand blown and embedded and painted and sparkling inside the glass. It's not dichroic. There's another word for it. It's not painted. It's something else. They're absolutely beautiful. I believe they're Italian made beads, possibly Murano style, but you know, I can't say that and I don't know that. But look at it. So that's why they start at $30. And again, I'm not making a lot off of them at that price. But when I got them, what I paid, it was a screaming deal. So I know that they are worth it. I know that they are worth it, not just based on that, but based on what I have in my hand. I would never normally bring 2 little glass bead earrings for such a high price. I just wouldn't. But because I know the source and I can see the details, I just know. And these are older. These are vintage. They're not modern. Okay. Listen, y'all. How are you? Who's here? Is anyone here? I've only been selling for and bringing up items for, I don't know, 25 minutes. But nobody's talking. And nobody is interested in what I'm bringing. So therefore I'm thinking, well, do I just go do something else with my Friday? Do I keep going? Who's here? Anyone here? Who's in my spectators lounge? What are you guys doing? Hi. Hello, hello. Oh boy. Yeah, I honestly see I started having a problem when okay. Hello, Carol. I just mailed your box out, Carol. I did. Today. Out. Thank you so much. So when I don't get feedback like, oh, that's pretty, or ooh, that's really nice. Or, oh, I like the way that shines, or something. Or I'm interested in that, but I'm looking for this style or anything. I don't know if y'all are interested. I don't know if I'm no problem, girl. I don't know if I'm bringing the right stuff. Like, I just don't know. So talking to me and letting me know is extraordinarily helpful. Because I don't know. Okay. This I don't know if this, listen, this is hard to say with any certainty. If it's Czech glass or if it's oh good Lord, not Austrian. Why is this going out of my head right now? Czech glass, or oh, I just did a whole read on it to know the difference. There's Czech glass, there's regular glass, not Austrian. That would be a crystal. Well, anyways, I'm just going to put Czech as a question mark, okay? And it is going to start at 26. It's very much vintage, very much. And I'll show you the glass. Anyone here who knows this, you will probably, it looks like, what is that? Someone put like paper towel or something right here. I will toothbrush that out. That's really annoying. Or maybe they like polished it and did not remove the last bit of polish. My God, that's horrible. Yeah, they tried to clean it and then they left this stuff on it. I would never do that to you guys. Okay. There's no maker. Surprise, surprise. I think it's 8-karat gold. So let me show you the back first. It's red, 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 red. Now, I had a giant brooch that a friend had given me, and it was time to pass it on, and I did. In smoky topaz, that was like this. I mean, it was, like that big. And it was not in a exact design like this, but the cut of the stone was very similar. And this red kind of amber glass is a color of Czech glass. However, there's so many fake Czech glass items out there, and I'm just learning it, that I hesitate to say. Now, here's the back. Look how far out the pin sticks and how sharp it is. This is from turn of the century to the 30s. Now look at the front. Well, hold on. First off, look at this. This is what I say when I believe that that's like a soft 8-karat, 12-karat gold. Do you see that? It may not be. It may be electroplated, but it's got to look of actual gold. Here is the front. These tiny little filigree leaves. Look at the detail. And the stones, I mean, okay, so the other thing about this, sorry, I'm moving. My back hurts today. Ow, sorry, ouch. The stones were cut the glass, okay, it's not a stone. The glass was cut, and then this soft gold or gold-like material, but I think it's gold, was wrapped around it after the stones were cut. So it is a really high-end piece, very early piece. I did not take the time to look this up. I knew enough about it to bring it today when I was running a little late and gathering my items. But what I know, or what I'm going to assume, is if I look this up, bringing this at $26 is idiotic. And I'm bringing it today at that price, but I can tell you that next sale it's probably going to be closer to 40 or so. And it probably sells for 60 to 80, if not more. Here's the detail. Here's the details on the edges, and I'll show you the back one more time before we move on from this. And okay, Carol. I would love it if someone put in the chat, and look at the, where are we? The clasp closure. See, it's just a circle. And it just goes in. And see what I mean? See how the round, really high topped cut stone, that's also, I know this because from the smoky quartz amber, smoky quartz topaz like stone that I had, that is a much older cut, that multifaceted with the back poking, the back being so prominent like that and raised. And then see how the metal is pounded around it. This is a very fine piece, y'all. Very fine piece. So, look at it. Okay. Nobody, huh? Really? Okay. It's about, probably 2 inches, but I'll measure it. Is everyone here just working and watching? Oh, yeah. It's 1.5 inches, and the side pieces of the red glass are actually carved out. Yeah, this is check glass. This is really old. The side pieces are carved out to give it even more detail in the middle and kind of in a like a diamond pattern. So I tell you what, you know what? I'm going to put remove item. I withdrew it. I withdrew it. I brought it and I gave you all a chance to buy this at 26, which, you know, I'm fine when you get deals and I'm all about it. But this piece, I need to look at it a lot more. This piece is worth a whole lot more money, a whole lot more. And so 5 minutes, no one was interested. So it's withdrawn from the sale. Anyone who may come in and watch later, it's not for sale. I am going to be looking into it and researching it. It is it's a lot more than I thought was going on. Okay. Well, I just wanted to see who that was. So, but what I can bring you is this one, a smoky gray wreath brooch for um yep. And then I'll go down to, some like below $20 items and see what happens. And if nothing sells by then, I may just bounce out, y'all. I definitely could do with a day off. My knee has been so bad lately. So here is this stunning, stunning piece. It is not signed. It is not signed. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be. Look at it. It's smoky grays with, and the smoky grays go into lighter or darker. And then the light rhinestones are really high quality AB. I would say it's probably Austria because it's got so much color. The clear stones. Are you seeing how much like opalescent there is in the clear stones? Can you see that on your end? Would someone type in that yes, they can see that? I want to know if you can see the fire opal in the AB stones as I'm moving it. Okay, good. So this does not have an extended clasp beyond the C clasp. It's not extended. So I'm thinking late 60s, early 70s. It's huge, as you can tell. I mean, it fits in the palm of my hand. It's a big one. Christmas is coming, winter is coming, but to me, these colors, especially with the way there's so much opalescence in the ABs, year-round piece, year-round. Look at, I'll give you a measurement. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, you guys. If you collect this type of stuff and it's a double swirling wreath or flower. It's 2.5 inches in diameter. It's yeah, it's so well made, and even the back, it's very well made. No problems here. So started at 26. It's like this bracelet. I've had this bracelet since I started my eBay vintage journey. My husband had a vintage toy store in the 80s. And so I got back into thrifting big time, even though I've always been a thrifter. In the 80s when I met him, I got big back into it. And this is one of my first pieces that I bought from another reseller. I believe it's signed. I don't remember who by anymore. I need to look it up. But I love the dimensions and the swirls on this. And again, it's one of those pieces that seems almost like electroplated gold, although this one is a little too bright, so it's not. But I love it, and I haven't worn it in quite a while, so I thought I would show it to y'all. Okay, so what do you like these? I love these. They were in a lot that I got, and they're super thick yellow pearlized abalone, but really light. And at first I thought they were just plastic, but it's not. And I was like, whoo, those are mine. They kind of match I have a yellow skin undertone, so they kind of match that. Okay. Ow, my knee. I have to go to the doctor. I'm taking a break. I'm taking my break time here. In 2013, I was stopped at a red light. I got my master's degree at 50. I went back to school at 40. And I went to junior college, to regular college, to USC, University of Southern California, for my master's. I got 3 AAs, 2 BAs, and 1 MSW, Master's in Social Work, as a therapist. 10 years straight of school, 40 to 50 years of age. And I kicked ass. I was like a B+ student, which with chronic pain and at my age was not easy to do. So a year after I graduated, the job market was really slow. It wasn't going very well. And I was going to see my doctor for just a routine checkup. And it was a beautiful morning. I had the radio on and I was singing. And my puppy, who was 6 months old, was in the back seat. I was right at the front, right at the crosswalk. Huge intersection. And a van, I saw it in my mirror coming, hauling down the street. But I thought, and I looked down at my radio. And the next thing I knew, I was above the car looking down at my body, and my head was like, it shoved me like it's this huge half a block big intersection. Huge. Cars were already coming through the other way. I don't know how I wasn't T-boned by one of them. I came to on the other side of the street, and I didn't know what was going on. My brain was in so much shock. I backed my car all the way back across the intersection to go back to where I was, because that was all my brain could think of, is I needed to go back to the other side of the street. And then I realized, what was I doing? And I pulled over and I parked. I had 5 years of a scrambled brain. It took forever to recover. I lost all the information, well, most of it that I learned at school, like the really clinical, like how to write reports, just different things. I have the gist, but so much of it got dumped, and my knee smashed into the steering wheel along with my head and many other things. And I had to have surgery, and now that same knee is going out in the same way. And I don't know that I can have surgery a second time for that, or if it's a different issue, but like walking up and down stairs is excruciating. Driving my car. So that's my break. That's my story. I'm not happy about it at all. I'm really like, I want to do this. I already did it. I already paid for it. Do I really have to go through that again? And yes, I'm complaining. I'm taking a moment to, say, poor, pitiful me, because, sometimes life is just not, it's just not fair. But what am I going to do about it? Going to go see the doctor. Oh, I got 8 people here. I don't know if anyone heard my story or not, but okay. I'm bringing another cuff. I can't date this one at all. I cannot date this one at all. Thank you, Earthbound. I just needed to say it. So thank you for listening. It's that whole experience like ruined my life plan and my retirement plan and my 10 years of excruciatingly difficult work and yeah, took me 5 years to get my brain kind of back online. And then the physical stuff, there's stuff I'm still suffering with. Now my knee is doing this again. And other things. And it just was, so my knee hurting like this so bad brings all of that experience to the forefront. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, you can hear it in my voice. I apologize. I don't usually do this at all, not even about my dad. I got to move on. But it's just right at the front of my mind because of my knee is hurting about, yeah, it disrupted and ruined every part of my life and my future. That van hit me at 30 miles an hour. And you know what I wound up getting? We'll finish this story. I had a very good lawyer, pro bono, friend of a friend, someone I grew up with. I remember them from, silly 70, teenage parties. They were the National Cash Register Company, the van that hit me. So they had huge gun lawyers. We went into mediation, all day long mediation. I wound up getting $20,000. I was able to buy a new car. Well, a new used car. And that's it. Yep. Okay. So this starting bid, did I even put that in? Good Lord. Sorry, y'all. I didn't realize how much until just now when I started talking about it. I didn't realize how much just having this constant really bad pain in my knee had brought all of that up. Whew. Until just now. So thank you for letting me walk through that psychological process. I'm done now. I promise. I'm done. I have never in a whole year ever gone down a rabbit hole like that with y'all. My apologies. Good Lord. Okay. $18 for this clamper cuff. It's really beautiful in its own way. I cannot date it. I have some ideas. It's these little gray, a little tiny touch of light blue rhinestones in 3 rows with that kind of, Egyptian or deco swirl, right? And also here on the curves on just like a pot metal, really. It's also here on that band all the way to the back there. And then it's just this cutout pot metal with a couple, 4 rhinestones with the little circles and a couple little like raised drop bead soldering. Hinged. You can see the wear. There's some of the inside. Let me open it for you. There's the hinge. And there's the inside. And, if you look, you can see it now. See the metal sides by the hinge? They are like cut down right here. You can see how it's kind of like cut. The metal is cut off. And it's even a little, let me make sure it's that part. Yeah, it's like cut. It's actually, you know what that is? Yes. Okay, so this is where I thought I was going with this, and I am going there. That is, where to go? solder, and it's a little rough. Those are solder marks. So they soldered the hinge to this part. And then I'm just checking out the whole construction of this now. And then the rest of it is just one huge flowing piece. But they soldered the hinge to these two pieces. And then the hinge is in the middle. And so this is not a repop bracelet clamper at all. Is there a stone missing? Yes. This is one where there's one stone missing right there, but it's very hard to tell. I kind of believe that this, based on the construction, that's rough soldering, which is just not normal. It's two things. Either someone fixed it for their wife a long time ago, or it's handmade, not mass produced. Because even if this was, say, turn of the century, it would have been smoothed down. So I do believe it could be late 40s, early 30s, this bracelet. I do believe that. But I also am just very confused by that soldering. And it could be that it is handmade. I have no idea. The crystals sparkle a lot in the sun, the rhinestones. And again, thank you, Earthbound and Carol. I'm going to really have to spend some time processing that. I mean, I've been processing what happened to me and just moving along with, refocusing and changing my life all around because of what happened. But I didn't realize there was something so raw in the moment. So I'm going to need to spend some time journaling and dealing with that. So I believe this is much older. It's very simple. It's not super heavy. It's not, as blingy or as boom, 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 like, as this swirl double huge Art Deco, not this one, not this. Sorry. As this one. No, this is like, your nightclub, right? This is more of your everyday pop. And at $19, I think it's a very reasonable price, y'all. Or what did I say? No, actually, it started at 18. And it's very lightweight, easy open, but it is the ladies' 7. It can't go any bigger unless you don't mind that your clamper would be open like that. And, to each their own. That could be okay. All right. I do really appreciate what both of you said, Carol and Earthbound. I've never, sometimes I talk about being a caregiver and that it's hard and, but get like choked up or emotional. No, I don't do that. Not not when I'm doing business, even though I'm with friends, and we can talk and we do. So listen, I have a whole bunch of necklaces, a whole bunch of bracelets. I have earrings. Is there anybody here who actually wants to buy anything and is actually looking for anything to buy? I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not saying that in a derogatory manner, but I'm sincerely inquiring if there's something that someone is looking for that you want me to show you. bracelets. I mean, because I always bring a big diversity of stuff, and then I show that diversity, and I get zero responses. So then I'm like, well, heck. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Oh Lord, it's my Friday. Wow. I'm still reeling from that. I gotta spend this weekend checking that out. Okay. I'm gonna bring this. I put the chain on, so that's my cost $8. Okay. I think at this price, I might make a couple dollars. I don't remember. Maybe a little more. It's been a while since that I've had this piece. It's been a little while. And I put the chain on. The chain is sterling silver, but it's cheap sterling silver. Okay. It's cheap from China, sterling silver. If you don't like it, I will take the chain away and I will drop the price by $8. Okay. It is this beautiful piece of, this is gold and greens and coppers swirled in this diachroic glass with the purple stripe on black. It is, if I remember correctly, this is like 1.25 inches in diameter, even though it's cut in a jagged shape with a station. Good Lord, that is a word, and that is, I believe, a proper word, but it's a pendant, but there's also another word for this. That's simpler than station. But after that whole story, my brain is like, yeah, whatever. I don't think it's sterling silver, but it could be. I mean, it's very thick and just soldered on the back. This is the back. It's just kind of, the glass is painted over with one streak of the purple showing through. Not sure why. Maybe it's so that they could solder this piece on to hold it together. It's very thick and it's really lovely, actually. Look at that. It's like electrifying. I like the off shape, and I like all of this. Goes with anything. And I put it on this chain, which is a 18.5 chain altogether. So about 9 inches on each side. So it drops to right about where I'm wearing this right now, the chain, about right to here. And then with the drop, about right to here. Right to here. So it's really a nice piece. 25. Carol. Carol. I hope you're buying this, not because of my sad story, but because you actually like it. And I mean that. I never do that. That's the first time I've ever done that. And now I feel embarrassed and kind of silly. Okay. But I think I love the colors. Look at that. I think it's awesome. So, and again, I can't say if that's a sterling silver that's creating the, God bless, what is the word, y'all? Why is it that I can't get with the words today? It's not a pendant holder, I'll tell you that. It's not a jump ring. Like, what is wrong with me? You don't need the chain. Okay. What is, Carol, what's it called? Do you know? Oh, I think that's a really, so like a, there's the other thing. I can see them in my mind with like Tanya from my jewelry addiction. Then they're called a something when it's just the, the choker, big, thick wire. An enhancer? Maybe. Oh, the wire thing is called an enhancer, maybe. The choker part, but not this thing. Okay. So we're taking $8 away. I'm literally at this point already. I have to do it by hand. That would be 17, Carol. 17. So, good Lord. So, fair warning. If anyone else is interested, you would need to come in. And Carol, you're coming in at 25, but without the chain, that's $17. Okay. That's $17. So that would mean that, Carol, would you put in 17? And then if anyone else wants to come in because they're interested, you would need to put in 18 or higher. There you go. Okay. So fair warning, last call. If anyone else is interested, 18 or higher. I'll give you a few minutes here. Not a few minutes. Good Lord, no way. Few seconds. Sold to Carol for $17. And yes, I think it would look, because it's got that, it's thick enough. I think it would look wonderful on just one of those. It's an enhancer. It's like a collar. It's whatever it is. I like them. And this was just something I had, but it's not quite right. It's too delicate for this. So good choice, Carol. Thank you so much. Good choice. And I always, I have been bringing this without one of these necklaces. And then today I was going through and sorting some things, and I was like, well, I'll put it on one, but I'll tell everyone. And if they don't want it, then we'll take it out. Good choice. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's see. So me and Dolly were having fun. Let's see. Diachroic clamper bracelets haven't been. What about these guys? What about these? What's going on? Carol, are you working a charm holder? No, but I like that a lot, actually. Charm holder. That would work. I could say that. It's holding a charm. It's holding a treasure. We could 100% say that. Okay. Oh, Lord. Okay. These earrings have tiny little writing on them. So I've got to. Oh, my Lord. Oh, it's patent. Patent. And then a whole bunch of numbers. So does the other one have the manufacturer's, the maker's name, or does it too have patent? Nope. The back of the clip-ons both have patent and then a long string of numbers. Okay, well, that's not helpful. So it is helpful in one way. So Hold on. This is going to start at 28. Remember, shipping's not included. And to anyone who maybe has just come in, I don't do a recap. Once I'm done with an item, it goes down on my second tray to be put back into all my tons and tons of jewelry boxes that are sorted out, that are everywhere, that I already need more for. And I'm not done unpacking all of my stuff from the early 2000s at all, let alone the new stuff I have. So if you've come in, you could go to your wheel and put it on speed ×2 and brrr through the items that I've already brought, because I've brought some really incredible stuff at all different price rates. And you can drop in the chat that you are interested in such and such an item, and I will pull it back up for you. So these start at 28. These are copper, brass, and possibly little silver square drops. It looks like silver to me. I believe it is, but it's not marked. I know it's copper and brass. They're clip-on earrings. They are very much the brutalist style. The silver squares are raised. Patent pending says to me that these were probably anywhere from the late 20s to late 40s. You didn't really see patent pending. So the place where you saw patent pending a lot on earring, bracelet, necklace designs was, and also glassware, was when a company like, say, Renoir Matisse, if we're getting into the copper genre, they made their designs. They're very high-end, still to this day, collectible designs. And of course, other companies, just like glassware companies and clothing and all the rest of it, came along and would basically take their design, like glassware. This 1930s Ellie Smith candy jar back there, it has a unique glass shape, but you can find ones that are very similar, if not almost exact, and just the bottom is different, or the top that you hold on to is different, right? And that's it. The rest of it, they're exactly the same, even the same color. And so then you're trying, because they're stealing each other's prominent line, right? Because it sells well. So they started doing a thing in the 20s, and it kind of ended around the 40s, where they would put patent pending to trademark their design so no one else could take it. Now, I have never seen another pair of earrings exactly like this, so I can't tell you the maker. It is not Renoir and it is not Matisse, because that would be clearly signed. But they are old, they are brutalist, and I love them. Here's the back. Look at how the brass is coming through on the back of the copper. Isn't that cool? Actually, I'm going to take that back. That's the copper being pushed out. That's the copper being pushed out. And then they inlaid it with the brass. I'll show you the patent pending. It's the exact same on both, if I can. There. If you can read that, more power to you. But it just really patent pending and a whole line of numbers. So you know what? I could actually go to the United States Patent office and look up this number, and then I would know all about them. I'm going to do that just for funsies later. So these are really cool. I love my copper pretty much as I love my plastic. They are 1¼ inch in diameter. And this early copper pieces have a lot of value to collectors, and it never goes down. Now, would you want to wear these as clip-on earrings? Why not? Look how pretty that is. Why not? Now, of course, they're actually going to be in this shape. They're going to be a like a diamond square. The other thing I talk about all the time that you can do with these shirt clips. Shirt clips. Really pretty. I hope I'm showing that well. And in order to be, really clear that you're not going to lose it, shirt clip like this, either one or one on both sides. Obviously not on a t-shirt, on something fancier. In the other place, people put them on shoes. There actually were shoe clips back in the day. I don't know, do they still make shoe clips, y'all? They might. The other really cool place to put these, like guys had these shirt clips forever and very likely still do, but women can do it. You put them on your country jean shirt, denim shirt, or your jean jacket. Yep. And they're just a great statement piece. They're a really fun collectible. Okay. So I'm going to keep these out because I'm going to look up what that patent number is. It's going to take me a lot of squinting. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Earthbound. I want you to get better. So y'all, I don't think I have a lot of buyers. I think I have people who are popping in and hanging out, and I love that. I need you. As you could see, I needed to tell that whole big story, right? But I don't think I have a lot of people who are really interested in buying. So I'm going to show I have this incredible, sorry, my allergies are really bad. My dad's house is, it's near, there's a creek in the backyard. Yep, Berkeley Hills. And then it's on a hill, on a slope, and the water runs downhill. And it has the big old raised up house that's like really tight down to the ground here. And then because you go straight across, it gets higher and higher with like the dirt basement. And it's over 100 years old. And even though there's a French drain and all that, there's a lot of like moldy mildew type stuff prominently downstairs, which is where my room is. And I have mild allergies that started when we moved back into this house as a young family, my then husband and 5-year-old daughter. And for the first time in my life, I got asthma. It took years for it to go away after I moved out of here. Lo and behold, I moved back in here for 3 years. The asthma's coming back. Go figure. Okay, so I'm going to show these other items. Like I said, I do have this incredible, very expensive check glass blue stone necklace. But since I don't believe I have a lot of buyers here tonight, I'm going to save it to show for another time. So I'm going to show these little things. And then, unless, I start getting people on a Friday night who are really like, hey man, I want to buy stuff. I'm going to go chill, make sure my dad is having dinner, and yeah, and I'll be good. I'll be happy. It's all okay. 1, 2, 3, 6 of them. 6 of these. Okay. So this is a buy it now for $12. Buy it now for $12. And I can make my own jewelry. I have tons of jewelry making stuff. And if these don't sell after a few times that I bring them, I absolutely will put them with my stuff and use them one day. Maybe I'll just hoard them. These are teeny tiny turquoise turtle beads. There's 6 of them. Look at them. These make me happy. I don't know why. And they are. They're actual turquoise. And they just make me happy. 6 of them. I'm sure they're probably like $5 or $6 a bead at the bead store. They're all the same. They're adorable and they're so tiny. Yeah. Oh, Nightmare. Yes. Free the turtles, right? Noelle. Oh, I can show it, Noelle, if you want. The price on the check glass necklace is going to be $80. If you're really interested, I'll show it. $80. So there's 6 of these. I didn't even know you were here. Hi, Noelle. I hope that your Friday evening is going well and that you have the weekend off and you're not in a horrible hurricane devastation or outrageously hot weather conditions. It's been so hot for the Bay Area. It's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. 90s, like high 90s. Today it went down to 84. And tomorrow it's going back up to the 90s. And yeah, that is our October. But usually our October hot is like 80, not above 80 and not 96. Oh, Carol. Well, there you go. These are really cool. So they're a buy it now, sold to Carol. Thank you, Carol. Now you know this will be coming in this next round of build a boxes. Even though I was able to throw some of the stuff in with the box that just went out today. Oh, yeah, Noelle. I did withdraw that because the more that I looked at it, the more that I was like, holy bejesus, this thing is worth a lot more than $26. And so Noelle, what I try to do is not sell anything for more than at the most 2/3 of the average trending price, right? Even if sometimes that means I pick something up because I know that my friends would really like it, and I'm only going to make, say, $5 or $8. I want to save it and I want to bring it to you, and so I can cost average, and that's fine because I know one of you want it. But when I picked that up, the more I looked at it, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. So I suspect that if I brought that back, I would be bringing it at 40, Noelle. So, and that is probably half of what it's worth. just looking at all the construction and everything. So you're welcome, Carol. Thank you. So if you're interested in it at 40, Noelle, let me know and I will not do any further research and I will sell it to you at 40 with, like I say, without doing that research, because there's, man, it's incredible piece. Okay. And the check glass, it's heavy. It's beautiful. 80 blue. And if you want me to show it to you, Noelle, just let me know. Just let me know. Now, this is terrible because, I mean, this is not terrible, but there's a terrible thing about this bug. And I'll tell you what it is. Painted blue glitter. Good Lord, I cannot believe this. But so this is a starting bid of 12. Oh yeah, and it's signed. So we'll get there. I think this is from the 60s. I think this is meant to be, well, it's some type of bug. I mean, good Lord, I don't know. Now, do you see this part? This is like a painted on glitter, sandy. It's coated. It's not painted. It's coated. Aquas, whites, and gold in this coated glitter. Now, I purchased a lot from a dear friend of mine who I call my angel. And in that was a necklace that is this exact same lacquered over colors, sparkles. It's the exact same color wave. And it had a little bit of damage. And I put it somewhere. I can't find it. And I'm so bummed out because they should go together. But I can't find it. So I thought, well, screw it. I'll bring this. And then maybe if someone buys it, I'll be able to find that. And I mean, it's the exact same color waves. Now, I can't imagine a bug pin and the necklace being sold as a set, but they're from the same manufacturer. And the manufacturer's name is on the back. If I can make it out, that's always like just so much fun, especially because I need new glasses. Oh my Lord. I do have a loop like so many people have that I could hold up to the computer and show you. But I have the hardest time using it because it has a light and it makes no sense. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Something German. Something German is, I'm pretty sure, what I see. And that spikes a memory with me of, now I want to show you. So here there's paint loss, right? There's that coating loss. There's the maker. Hold on. Something German. Now, what I want you to check out is this clasp. Look at that. That is the piece for the clasp. This was either someone replaced this entirely. It's also really sharp and pointed. Look at that. So I know this is a manufacturer, so I don't think it was replaced. And this was made, I'm pretty sure that says German, something German. And it's really unusual. I've never seen a clasp piece like that ever. I'm going to go out on a limb. Come on. It's glass. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is probably very early 60s. This is not gold plated, but these little things might be a cheap gold plate. And if it doesn't sell, and that would be okay. Oh, Noelle's in. Noelle, if I find the necklace, do you want me to let you know? I'm going to put fair warning for everyone. And it's really cool. And if it's made in Germany, and if I could make that out better, and it says like West Germany, for instance, it's very collectible. 2.5 inches long. Yes. Okay. Last call. Yeah. I really hope I can find it because it's the exact colors. And I did not have time before my sale today to find it. Thank you, Noelle. Sold to Noelle. I didn't have time to really go through everything and find it. I have an idea where it is, but I was just, my dad had like a 2:00 video appointment, and then he couldn't figure out how to work the video, and then he couldn't find the link, and then it just went on and on. So by the time we actually talked to one of his specialists, was like, it was over at almost 2:45. I still had to run out and grab myself lunch, mail a package, and then come back and finish setting up for my sale. So, yeah, I didn't find it. Thank you, Noelle, very much. And I'm making a note. Look for necklace. Yeah. So, and then I'll email you. Noelle, I'll look for it and then I'll email you. And I'm going to be working on invoicing and a lot of other organizational stuff in the next 3 days. So I will be looking for that necklace. Now, let me show you these. I showed these on Wednesday, and nobody was in. And it takes the right person. They're not inexpensive, but they're stunning. I am bringing them today at 38. Starting bid 38. Carol, what type of jewelry does your daughter make? Does she make it just to have fun, or does she sell jewelry? I'm curious. I used to just make it. I didn't sell it. I sold jewelry at the flea market with my mom in the 70s. We made so much money, but it's a whole nother story. Yes, Noelle, I will. Both. That's fantastic, Carol. Okay, so the back of these, again, I know I say this a lot, and I do actually have a tester, where you can test the metal. And I bought that, and I have every intention of using it, blah, blah, blah. But being a caretaker, so much of my time is taken up, and just like what I was just saying, totally unexpectedly, like, okay, there went a whole hour. What is happening? It wasn't time I planned. But then, because there's an acid, you have to wear plastic gloves and you can't inhale and just all that stuff. And I was like, that makes me uptight. So I'm just, gonna go on. Yeah, I loved it when I did that too. I'm just gonna go on what I know and what I feel. Okay, so on the back of these are like 1/4 of an inch, I think, maybe 1/2 an inch. I'll measure them again. On the back of these, they say, well, that's not going to help you at all. Where is it? They say made in Italy. Let me see if the other one shows better. I'm pretty sure that these are from the 30s. There you go. There you go. Made in Italy. Very worn out. Tiny, tiny little clip-ons, right? Oh, so beautiful. Here's the sides. It's raised up, and then around the edge is like this beaded. I believe it's gold, and again, it's inexpensive gold, that like the electroplate that wears off. So it's worn off the backs from being worn so much. It's just over like a brass type pot metal thing. But then on here, you can see where it's still very much got that gold and that little teeny tiny beaded edge. And then this is some of the finest mosaic work I've ever seen. This is the white part, I'm positive, is abalone or mother of pearl. And my light, I wish my light was a little brighter right now. There you go. And then there's this like red poppy, little teeny tiny blue flowers around it, and in the inside of one of the poppies, there's also the mother of pearl. There's green flowers. There it is. In there is just a little piece to make it shine when it catches the light correctly. And I will put them, same thing with this one. Now this one's different. This one has like that red poppy, some type of like a purple aster or something, a little teeny tiny yellow flower with the green leaves, and maybe another little white flower over here. But they are a pair, and they are just, these are the really old, there's the shine, Italian mosaic. And they are like that, and they are tiny. When we're talking micro mosaic, these are micro mosaic. These are micro mosaic, and that is mother of pearl or abalone with just the most beautiful, God, the most beautiful detail. It doesn't pick up on screen so much. So yeah, they're like 1/4 of an inch. Let's see if I put it up against Dolly. There's so much detail. It almost would have been good for me to take a photograph and then show you the photograph. But this, So there's a lot of different micro mosaic stuff out there. Pins, brooches, mostly some earrings, occasional like a piece in a bracelet. These are so old that they're like some of the original made in Italy micro mosaic. Just stunning. And teeny tiny on your ear. Look at that. So pretty. Okay. All right. So, you want me to show the blue, right, Noelle? So, starting bid of 80. This is really interesting and just stunning. I'll show you the back first. It's all glass on copper. It does have the makers. Hold on, I'm trying to put it together and put it on Dolly. I will get it together, I promise. Come on, Dolly. There you go. Okay. So I'm showing you the back first because the back is really going to help you to see the old construction. It is, you can smell the brass and like copper. You can see the solder marks, and it has the check mark down here. That's the back. Noelle, you haven't even seen the front, honey. I just wanted you guys to see the back so you would know that it is the real deal, because there's a lot of fake check glass, or people calling things check glass, and also people taking parts of check glass things apart, spinning it into a new piece with just like one or two pieces out of the whole necklace, and saying that it's an original blah blah blah. And so it's become a very difficult thing. I got this from someone who collects check glass, and I have a couple pieces still that are mine that I'm unclear if I'm going to sell or not. So it's a very light kind of, it's not periwinkle blue. It's like this deep, like aqua blue, but without, but it doesn't let light through. It's a very interesting solid blue. So that's this blue, right? Then it's got this opal cabochon. It's opalized. Every color of the rainbow comes off out of these white pieces. And I wish if it was daytime and I could really show you those colors. Then it's got the dark blue, the very light blue, coming down to this whole incredible constructed piece. I wonder if yeah, I am too. If I put my flashlight on, see, this is a UV light. It doesn't help with makes it into very interesting colors, but it doesn't help with the with so Noelle, if you're into check glass, thank you, Carol, then you know what I'm talking about, how the white glass actually has like pinks and browns. When the light hits it, it reflects like kind of like a fire opal, but more bigger reflections. And you know what I'm talking about. If you know your check glass, you know. Yeah. This is a stunning piece. And here is the back with the extender and the two little pieces. And again, on the clasp, it has the maker's mark of the Czechoslovakian. It's like Antenna Hope, something like that, in the area of Czechoslovakia where these were made. So I see Noelle in at 80. So at 80, if anyone else is interested, they would need to come in at $5 or higher. I wish that this was showing. I mean, I think you can see the blue, but I just want you to know that it's not that blue, and I can't see what it looks like on StreamYard. I can't see. So as long as you're good with it, I'm going to say fair warning. If anyone else is interested, you need to come in at 85 or higher. So this is stunning. Especially Noelle, someone like you. You're a collector like me. And I would love to see your collection one day. Honestly, it's got to be incredible. Okay. Fair warning, y'all, 85 or higher. Sold to Noelle for $80. Thank you, Noelle. Thank you. It's so, I just got it. And I bought like 3 pieces from this same person, and the other pieces, the 2 others I'm holding on to, and one of them is going to be mine. And I bought the others with the intention of reselling, but I knew it would take the right person. And I thought it was going to take, that I might be sitting on it for a long time. So, wow. Perfect timing. Who knew? Yes, Noelle. I would love to see some pictures of your jewelry collection because, for anyone who doesn't know Noelle is a serious collector, and she has got a collection unreal. I watch what she buys. Unreal. She knows her stuff. I mean, all she saw was the back of this. She was like, I'm in. So that's someone who knows their jewelry, right? Yep. Thank you so much, Noelle. I'm putting it over here. This is going to have to go in a really nice flat cardboard bubble wrapped box, not a mailer. So, okay. Okay, fantastic. All right. So where was I? Where am I? So, and like I said, that carved red piece with the diamond edges on the little square sides on the red, whatever's going on with that, I will offer it right now for $40 without doing further research. But after this sale, I will not. I am going to research it, and I suspect I'm going to be asking a lot more. Even though it's small, it's got a whole thing going on. So, starting bid of 19. Oh, I didn't even put that in. Noelle. I was just so happy to show that and having so much fun showing it that I didn't even write it down on here. Noelle, you wouldn't have even it's over there, so I would have realized my mistake. But it's like, come on. Okay. So this is I showed this a couple times and I had it lumped in a bag with other jewelry. And I had bought this lot from a dear friend of mine. And because this company is still in business and they have items similar to this still, I was like, well, it's modern. So I wasn't asking a lot for it. However, she then emailed me and said, hey, I bought that in the late 1960s, early 70s. It is vintage. This company started in 1968. So she bought in the early 70s. And their intention, it's the company 1928 1928. Their intention was to mimic high-end turn of the century into the 20s and 30s vintage, and they did it very well. I was remarking on this piece about how this was the style of chain in the 70s. Only real gold and real silver, and me and all my friends would save up all our pennies to get this Italian fish hook braided linked chains, gold or silver, and how it was so 70s like. Well, that's because it is from the 70s, right? But of course, they got this idea from much earlier jewelry. It's very thick, it's very nice. And then it has, sorry, my thing keeps fading. This beautiful, like, it's not a thermoset and it's not a lucite. It's certainly not real pearl. They're faux pearls, cream colored, but it's not just plastic. And it's hard for me to put my name on it right now. And it has tiny, does it? Hold on, my eyes are getting wonky in here. And then the gold around the top pearl is done in such a way that it looks like rhinestones, but it's not. And then the bottom piece has the little raised gold metal pieces and the little faux pearls at the bottom. It is not missing one, but I think a tiny bit of the paint or something that might have been in manufacturing is gone on this one over here. I think that's from manufacturing though. This piece is hard to see. See that? It's a nice piece. It's got its hang tag 1928. I'll take it off. It's a barrel clasp. It's very solid. It's really nice. Perhaps Noelle. I mean, I have perhaps Noelle. I have that red piece that I'm going to research more. So this is from like 1973, 74, something like that. I have that red piece I'm going to research more. I have a beautiful bug. I'm totally unclear if that's being sold or if it's mine. And a red check glass, huge with red glass all around it, cameo facing to the left. That thing. So I have to decide. I have to decide what I'm keeping and what I'm getting rid of. And that the red brooch that I pulled up and I was showing, I got that from somewhere else entirely in a lot. of things. And so I didn't think much of it until I started showing it to all of you. And then I was like, whoa, wait a minute. The longer I looked at it, I was like, no way. So this is 9¼ inches long with the drop. So the chain itself is 8 inches. The drop is another 1¼ inch. So it's 16-inch chain. So that means on me, the chain would fall right here at the top of my clavicle bones. And then with the drop, it would fall to right about here. So just nice and sexy, not too low, not too high. Okay. So yes, I'm glad you came in, Noelle. Noelle, as long as we're at it and you're here, before I close for the night, because I'm done, did you see anything else that you were interested in? Or is there something? I remember you, Noelle, asking about chunky clampers. You were like, find more chunky clampers. This was bought last Friday, but then they decided they wanted something different. So that was fine. So I have this incredible clamper bracelet. And I'm showing this to you, Noelle, because you're the one who said, find more chunky clampers. So I was like, well, okay. So this would be 25. I love it. It's 3 layers. 3 layers. I saw the clampers that you showed today. Can you show say what? Okay, hold on. So this one I showed last Friday, not today. And it's a ladies 7. It could go to about a 7.5. I think it's beautiful. It's like wearing a corsage on your wrist, right? I think that's the point. Can you show the silver? Silver. The Noelle, which one? The silver clamper with the swirl, like the movie star 1920s one? Is that what you mean? Noelle? Is that what you mean? Or what silver? I think that's what you mean. But I'm not sure. The leaves, I think. Yes, the swirled Art Deco one. Yeah, this thing is crazy. And I think it's 26. And the initials are CN. And I don't know if this is modern or if it's much older. So I don't know. It doesn't look modern. So I put it at a middle ground price. And I was going to look it up. Noelle, I put it aside to look it up to see who the heck is CN, because I Google imaged it. I looked for things similar. I couldn't find anything like this. Anything. So considering that I can't find anything like it, not even anywhere on eBay, that makes me feel that it truly is older. But that's all I got. That's all I know. Look at it. I love it. I mean, yeah, leaves is good. Swirls, totally deco. Every stone is there. There's the hinge. There's 2 of them. 2 hinges. And it's, I'll measure this. Hold on, I have to look at me. I can't do that. 4 inches. 4 inches. And I can put it on my wrist I'm a 7 and it fits me tightly. When I put it over top of all this jewelry, it doesn't come off quite right. So what I'm going to tell you about this, when you have it on, it goes just right up that much onto your hand. So, and then down onto the wrist. It's super statement piece. Here is the inside. Now, there was a period in time, and I think it was in the 60s, maybe. I could be wrong. It might have been the 70s. I think it was the 60s. Maybe late 50s even, where China got really tired of saying made in China because people scoffed at everything that was made in China. And as we all know, there's a lot of really good stuff that is vintage that was made in China. It's not all modern Temu crap or ripped off trademarked items. So they started saying like C with an N, for instance, to distinguish themselves from just saying made in China. So I don't know. Okay. All right, Noelle, that's fine. But this is, no matter what it is, modern, which I don't think it is, but it could be, but I don't think so. It's got to go to the right person, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole like New Year's Eve statement unto itself. Yep. And for 26, it's worth it. It's a very inexpensive price. Okay. Well, everybody, Noelle. I just went to close this bag and one of the pieces of ribbon came completely out. Okay, I'm leaving that aside because I'm still researching the CN. Anyone? I've been on for 2.5 hours, and with talking, about 2 hours of selling, that seems pretty good. I mean, I have some Monet. I have, what is over here? Oh, that piece is beautiful. I have this green glass. I have a more modern bead. I have a shell. I have some gorgeous red glass and metal dangle clip-on Japan earrings. I have a whole lot of 80s and 90s pierced enamels, reds and blues. They're a lot. I have this beautiful pin, these AB blue gray crystals in an S hook. No maker's mark on it. It's definitely vintage, probably. This is the last thing I'm going to show. I've got 3 people, and it's my dinner time. And dad check time. Dad check on time to check on dad. I think it's a 1960s. It got a little bit of water on the backside of the like pot metal. There's a tiny bit of rust on it, but there's 0 damage or rust on the front. No dead stones, no damage to the stones. So it doesn't detract from that in any way. And I would sell this one for $19. There is 0 damage on the front, or it would not be being sold. And if it didn't have that little bit of damage on the front, I would be asking more than 19 for this incredible piece. It's about 2.5 to 3 inches long. Okay. All right, y'all. I will give you a couple minutes while I finish my spiel to close the show about, and I also, lastly, I have a whole bunch of earrings where someone took Art Deco amethyst. I have what I believe is an old opal and other pieces, and took the old necklaces apart and put them on new earrings. This was a big trend to do in the 80s. That's an amethyst. These are very inexpensive per pair, y'all. So maybe I'll just bring them Wednesday again. But those are pretty spectacular. So if you're interested in those, let me know. So I'm going to close, and this is your time if you just came in to hit the wheel and go through really fast. Maybe you're just looking at the first 5 items, or maybe you jump to the middle and you see what I've already brought and you put it in the chat and say, just like Noelle did. Noelle knows what to do. She's good at this. She doesn't hesitate. And put in, for instance, you know what? I really want to see that sterling silver marcasite bracelet. Because, like I said, sterling silver has gone way up in cost, and it's heavy and it's covered in marcasite. And I have watched these sell on other resellers' channel for $80+. And they're thinner. They're less sterling silver than what this one is. So if you want to do that now, fantastic. There's the smoky gray wreath that I brought. There's a lot of things. There's that beautiful blue bunches of grape or leaf brooch that I brought. That one was expensive. Was $49, that one, because it's something else. So Noelle, I have to research it further before I say that. So I tell you what, once I research it, I will look for the necklace, and I will email you and let you know about the red one, okay? Because there's something about it that is just like, whoa. So, but I will let you know. I will research it in the next few days. I will email you, Noelle. Thank you for asking. Okay. So I do live sales Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays, I try to bring lower price for the most part. And I bring some household items that I think are worthy, that I think people would really like. Like I have the Empoli blown amber decanter back there with stopper, and the little amber roly-polies, 4 of them. Still has its original made in Italy sticker. There's a celluloid with yellow on top baby jar. There's a purple Murano ashtray, etc. So that's what I do on Wednesdays. And then on Fridays, I do my show and tell and bring medium and some low end, but also the higher priced items. And I just kind of play and have a good time. This weekend and into next week, I will be invoicing and packing up the remaining boxes and getting them out to you. And next week, we'll start my 2 weeks of build a box. And then I invoice, and then my 2 weeks of build a box. Okay? I love you all. Blessings. I hope that you're safe, happy, healthy, and centered. And I will see all of you much sooner than later in some other chat. Thank you for coming by tonight. I appreciate it very much. Earthbound, if you need anything, you let me know, honey. Okay? Good night, everyone. Thank you.